Good day, everyone. We are the Vanquishers group, and welcome to our presentation. Now, the first that we are going to present is the 21st century teaching and learning attributes through graphic organizer. 21st century is a word infuses hopes, expectations, and regards of the highest order. And 21st century learning obviously has to be something unconventional and often new. Why? It is because this is the era of technology, competition, and evolution. 21st century education is that response to the economical, technological, and societal shifts that are happening at an ever-increasing pace. And so much for that. So the first or one of the attributes of 21st century is that education is integrated and interdisciplinary approach. It's because it encourages students to see the interconnectedness and interrelationship between curriculum areas. Also, opportunities for students to display competence are given rather than written tests, as well as it helps learners get a unified view of reality and enhances their capability to acquire real-life skills. Another attribute of 21st century are technologies and multimedia. Education in the 21st century makes a full use of available information and communication technology, or ICT, such as computer and the internet. Also, multimedia, like, for example, audio and video-based instruction to improve learning and teaching activities. Added to that, the ability to find, evaluate, utilize, and create information using technologies and multimedia is referred to as digital literacy. Next attribute is a global classroom. This attribute implies that teachers need to include current global issues or concerns, such as peace and respect for cultural diversity, climate change, and global warming, in classroom discussion. Students are encouraged to react and respond to issues as part of their roles as global citizens.
So, another attribute of the 21st century teaching and learning is creating or adapting to a constant personal and social change and a lifelong learning. One of this is to encourage active participation and experimentation with ideas among students. Students will be expected to learn by their own. When students own their learning, it sticks with them. The practice of learning from mistake is one of the best lifelong learning skills anyone can master. Education in the 21st century subscribe to the belief that learning does not end within the four walls of the classroom. Instead, it can take place anywhere, anytime, regardless of age. This means that teachers should facilitate students' learning even beyond academic. Next, the last attribute is what we call as the student-centered education in the 21st century. That is focused on students as learners. Teachers act as a facilitator of learning. Education in the 21st century demonstrate the skills needed in becoming a productive members of a society, beyond learning the basic skills of reading, writing, and numeracy. Students should also develop work skills such as critical and creative thinking, problem solving, and decision making, and the ICT literacy and skills. So, therefore, it implies that teachers should possess those skills first before their students. So, once again, graphic organizer shows the attributes of the 21st century teaching and learning. Those are the following: the integrated and the interdisciplinary approach, technologies and multimedia, global classroom, creating or adapting to constant personal and social change and lifelong learning, and the last one, which is the student center.
So much for the attributes of 21st century. Now, let's proceed to the Asian country that we've chosen, and that is Malaysia. Malaysia is one of the Asian countries, and it became a member of Asian Nation on August 8, 1967 in Bangkok, together with the other four original member countries, which are Indonesia, Philippines, Singapore, and Thailand. The territory of Kuala Lumpur, or commonly known as KL, is the national capital of Malaysia as well as its largest city. The Malaysian ringgit is the currency unit of Malaysian currency with the code MYR. The exchange rate of Malaysian ringgit to United States dollar is that 1 Malaysian ringgit is equals to 0.22 United States dollar. The Malaysian exchange rate to Philippine peso is that 1 Malaysian ringgit equals 12.83 Philippine peso. The official language in Malaysia is Malay or Bahasa Malaysia. The number of ethnic language in Malaysia is that there are 137 living languages, 41 of which are found in peninsular Malaysia. The largest native languages spoken in East Malaysia are the Iban, Dusunik, and Kadazan languages. Here are the list of the languages of peninsular Malaysia. First, Kedah Malay, mainly spoken in northwestern Malaysia. Kelantan Malay, Perak Malay, Terengganu Malay is spoken in the state of same name, where it is used as a lingua franca to aid communication between multiple ethnic groups. There are other peninsular Malaysian language that includes in the list below. And for the Malaysian Borneo language, we have Iban. It is a Malayic language that is spoken mainly in Sarawak, Bajau, used by people in Malaysian state of Sabah. Tausug, spoken by more than 205,000 people in eastern Sabah. There are many languages in Malaysian Borneo includes in the list provided. Other native Malaysian languages, of course, which are: first, Chinese. Mandarin is used to educate children in Chinese schools in Malaysia. Tamil. Various dialects of Tamil are spoken within Malaysia. Other Indian languages spoken in Malaysia include Gujarati, Hindi, Bengali, Malayalam, Punjabi, Telugu, and Urdu. English. English language is widely spoken as a second language in Malaysia due to the country's colonial history. Lastly is the Creoles. This includes Kristang, Zamboangueño, Manglish, and English-based Creole that's rich with Malay, Tamil, and Chinese influences.
Languages of instruction used in Malaysia, which is the Malay language. National secondary schools use Malay as the main medium of instruction because Malay language is the national language of Malaysia, while English is a compulsory subject in all schools. Percentage of ethnic groups in Malaysia. Malaysian citizens consist of the ethnic groups Bumiputera, which is 67.4%. Among the Malaysian citizens, the Malays was the predominant ethnic group in peninsular Malaysia, which is constituted 63.1%. The population of Malaysia. The total population of Malaysia in 2022 is estimated at 32.7 million as compared to 32.6 million in 2021. With an annual population growth rate of 0.2%, the decline in population growth rate is due to the lower number of non-citizens from 2.6 million on 2021 to 2.4 million on 2022. The type of government in Malaysia. The government of Malaysia, officially the federal government. It is a federal constitutional monarchy. The federal government adheres to and is formed by the country's federal constitution, which is the final authority on the land. The federal government operates on the basis of power separation as outlined in Article. The name of the agency who took care of their education in Malaysia. It is a Malaysian Qualification Agency, known as the MQA. It is a statutory body established under the Malaysian Qualification Act 2007 to accredit academic programs offered by all higher educational institutions, which is compulsory. The number of primary schools, including the private and public in Malaysia. In 2020, 7.8 government-aided primary schools in Malaysia and 126 private primary schools. The number of educational higher institutions, including the state colleges or universities in Malaysia, has more than 590 higher education institutions and more than 1,270,000 students of all higher education. The annual education budget in Malaysia. Education Ministry to receive highest ever allocation of 52.6 billion. Higher Education Ministry to get 14.5 billion. Government agrees to provide back to school aid of 150 expected to benefit 3 million students.
Budget to their national budget. 2021 was 16.37%, 0.93% increase from 2020. 2020 was 15.44%, a 2.24% decline from 2019. Overall literacy of adults for the last 30 years indicate years and its literacy rate 95% in 2019, increased from 82.9% in 1991 to 95% in 2019, growing at an average annual rate of 2.32%. Overall literacy rate of male adults for the last 30 years indicate years and its literacy rate. More males than females. In 2020, 16.8 million males and 15.9 million females. Overall literacy rate for female adults for the last 30 years. In 2021, 95.76% is the female literacy rate. Between 2010 to 2021, the female literacy rate in Malaysia decreased by 2.7%. On a year basis, the literacy rate decreased by 0.4% in 2021. School structure or format. The school system is structured on a 6 plus 3 plus 2 plus 2 model with 6 years of compulsory primary education beginning at age 7, followed by 3 years of lower education or secondary education, 2 years of upper secondary, and 2 years of pre-university senior secondary study. Length of academic calendar. Include the month started and month ended. The university year commonly begins in the latter part of February or during early March and ends with the month of October. Teacher to student ratio. This statistic shows the pupil to teacher ratio in primary education in Malaysia from 2005 to 2017. In 2017, the pupil to teacher ratio in primary education in Malaysia was approximately 11.8 pupils for every teacher available. Future plans for their education aims to provide opportunities for quality education to all Malaysians from preschool to tertiary level in terms of access, equity, and quality. Also aims to improve the efficiency and effectiveness of education management. 10 University in Malaysia. University Malaya, Kuala Lumpur University Putra, Malaysia or UPM. Seri Kimbangan University Kebangsaan Malaysia or UKM, Bangi University Sains Malaysia or USM, Gilogor University Technology Malaysia, Skudai Taylors University, Subang Haya or UCSI University, Kuala Lumpur University Technology Petronas or UTP, Seri Iskandar University Utara Malaysia or UUM, Sintok Management and Science University Shah Alam. And that would be all for our discussion for today. And that's all. Thank you.